Voiceover on. Nightcat and Shadowcat have been best friends for years. Nightcat had been taken in by Pine Clan when she was only just a few hours old. But when Willcat and Willowcat get taken in by Pine Clan not only a few months later, what will Nightcat and Shadowcat do? Will they welcome these two new kits with welcoming paws? /N. This takes place in an AU, and there are different clans instead of the original. In this story there's Forest Clan, Rain Clan, Ice Clan, Lightning Clan, Pine Clan and Waterfall Clan. I don't own Warriors. It belongs to the amazing author Aaron Hunter. Chapter 1. Sassy Kits and Snarky Mates. Nightcat. I sighed and leaned up against Shadowcat. I wanted some of her warmth. There's a heavy wind. It comes through strong, even with the trees keeping it at bay. The night was cold and my teeth were chattering. Both me and Shadowcat had wandered off to go explore near the borders of Lightning Clan. I can't imagine what it's like for Forest Clan. But we need to keep moving. The sun's already setting and we are completely lost. Hey, where are we? Shadowcat asked, scanning the area with her sharp green eyes. I sighed and rolled my eyes at my friend in playful exasperation. I don't know, fuzzball, but I think it's going to rain soon. I muttered quietly, as I looked up at the sky. Shadowcat sighed and huffed as we began to run, trying to find a shelter to stay in for the night. Luckily, the rain doesn't bother me much. Rain dribbles off the side of my pelt. I have fur so short that it seems nothing can soak into it. Shadowcat, however, is not so lucky. She has long black silvery fur that glows beautifully in the moonlight. But such beauty comes with a price. Now, her fur is plastered to her sides, green eyes beady and dilated. And I have a hunch she isn't all too excited. Ugh, I hate rain. It makes my pelt fluff out and stick to my sides, Shadowcat complained, as I looked back at her. I don't really mind rain. But it's getting hard to see anything anyways, so we should find a place to sleep for the night, I replied, as we continued to run. Well, you have short hair as short as a tortoiseshell cat. Nothing sticks to your pelt. I wish I had a short pelt like you, Shadowcat muttered, as her eyes became slitted at the continuous downpour of rain that soaked through her pelt. We should camp for the night. The sun's almost down and we can't see anything anyway. The storm clouds are too thick. Shadowcat nods, and I scan our surroundings. But I am never sneaking out of camp, especially with you, little weasel, again. You hear me, Nightcat? Shadowcat says, giving me a playful shove. I frowned slightly and replied after a moment. I'm not a weasel. And why wouldn't you want to sneak out of camp with me again? I retorted, frowning slightly. But Shadowcat knew that my tone was joking. Her father had been on the patrol that found me. I was no more than a few hours old, and even Pine Clan wouldn't turn down a kid as helpless as I was. He gave me to his mate, and me and Shadow have grown up together ever since. Shadow and me are almost complete opposites, but absolutely inseparable. She's smart and enjoys herbs, with gentle words. Though, don't be too quick to judge her, because she's blunt and head-on. I am, however, much more evasive. I'm wily and lean, with short black and white fur, and amber eyes. No one knows where I come from, though Shadowcat's dad, Wolfster, says I smelled faintly of Lightning Clan. But I'm Pine Clan through and through. Does it matter where I come from? Most cats would say it does. Some are even suspicious, but that's all theory. I shook my head to clear my mind as I zoned back into my conversation with Shadowcat as we kept on running, trying to find a shelter to sleep in for the night. We are going to be in so much trouble, Shadowcat says with an exaggerated sigh. Yeah, I know we are, I say, turning to stare at her with a small frown. And if Mom asks why, I'll say it was your idea. Shadowcat grumbles, once we had entered what I assumed to be an abandoned fox's den. I think it's safe. I call her over, and we trot into the den. It's warm and earthy smelling. But what I'm happiest about is it's dry. We both shake to dry off, though her fur is still stuck to her sides and soggy. I just sighed and shook myself dry once we had found a cave to stay in for the night. I dug a small hole in the dirt to lay in, and she does the same, right next to mine. We both curled up next to each other to sleep. Because you always get us into trouble. That's why, Nightcat. Shadowcat replies. And right after that last statement, we both fall asleep. Separator. I awake to Shadowcat licking the tuft of fur on my head. I don't know when we fell asleep, but sunlight was streaming in through the entrance of the den. We stand up and quickly orient ourselves for the daytime and finding our way back to Pine Clan. We had wandered all the way into a birch forest, but it wasn't Lightning Clan's. Maybe Forest Clan? Forest Clan would be better. Pine Clan and Forest Clan have a sort of alliance, while Pine Clan and Lightning Clan are always at each other's throats. Follow me. We trot out of the den. The new leaf air is warmer today, and only a gentle breeze drifts by. It ruffles Shadowcat's fur, and makes it dance around like little fairies. We travel for a bit, and finally make it to the pine forest. I sighed in relief as I turned to Shadowcat, who grinned widely at me. We walk past the border marks, and finally come inside of camp. We both let out excited squeals, and run into camp. Where have you been? Moonpaw comes stomping up to us, and I get a lump in my throat. Dun dun dun. We are so dead, I say in a small squeak. Yeah, no kidding, Shadowcat says, rolling her eyes and flicking her tail. I sigh and mentally prepare myself for the outburst that was to come any second now. Where have you two been? We have been looking everywhere for you. Did you both go to Lightning Clan's border or something? Starklan, I thought I raised at least somewhat disciplined kids, but no, Moonpaw yells, sweeping her gaze over both me and Shadowcat. Mom. Chill. I spoke up, stopping Moonpaw from her ranting. I don't normally agree with Nightcat, but she's right. You seriously need to chill, Shadowcat says, walking up beside me. Well, look at the runaways, Dustpaw says, joining the conversation. Dustpaw is a mean, disrespectful Tom with dark brown and white fur with calculating green eyes. Dustpaw is only a moon older than me and Shadowcat. Dustpaw, go stick yourself up your own butthole, I say, already exasperated with him. Well, hello, Miss Snarky, he says with a sneer. Shut up. Just shut up, I say, glaring at him. Nightcat, that's no way to treat your future mate, Moonpaw says. I sighed and dug my paws into the dirt with a frustrated hiss. I hated that Pine Clan was a fan of arranged mates. So was Forest Clan and Rain Clan. But even though no one knows where I came from, I'm Pine Clan through and through. Hi Shadowcat, hi Nightcat, came a familiar voice. Me and Shadowcat turned to see Willcat and Willowcat running up to us. Willcat and Willowcat had been found outside of the borders of Pine Clan about 2 months ago. They were only a moon younger than me and Shadowcat. Why are you so mad, Moonpaw? Willowcat asks, looking up at Moonpaw with nervous blue eyes. Moonpaw sighed and turned to both Willcat and Willowcat. I'm mad because Nightcat and Shadowcat snuck out of camp again. StarClan, I thought I raised at least 2 disciplined kids, Moonpaw said, turning back to both me and Shadowcat with a glare. Hey, Willcat? Where is your mate? Dustpaw asked, looking down at Willcat, who hissed at him and turned her head away. You mean Sunpelt? No thank you, he can go fall in a river for all I care, Willcat says, clearly irritated at the mention of Sunpelt. Willcat, that's no way to treat your future mate, Moonpaw says. Willcat sighed and dug her paws into the dirt with a frustrated hiss. Nightcat, Willcat, what is with you two being rude to your future mates? Moonpaw asks, looking to both me and Willcat with questioning amber eyes. I don't like being arranged to mate a cat who is rude and mean, I said, giving a simple answer. Willcat's answer was the same. Vertical scroll bar. Moonpaw sighed, I don't like being arranged to mate a cat. Moonpaw sighed and flicked her tail in exasperation. This wasn't the first time that me and Willcat complained about our disrespectful mates. Nightcat, Shadowcat, you two will go and speak with Wolfster and he will decide what your punishment will be, Moonpaw says, once more glaring at me and Shadowcat. I sighed as me and Shadowcat made our way to Wolfster's den. He was Shadow's father and he's my father as well. Me and Shadow have grown up together. As me and Shadowcat made our way to Wolfster's den, Shadow kept glaring at me. What? It's not my fault, I replied, turning to look at her with my sharp gaze. Yeah, it kind of is your fault, she replied, huffing and turning her head away from me. What will our punishment be this time? I whispered to Shadow as we entered Wolfster's den. Vertical scroll. I heard from your mother that you two snuck out of camp. Again, I thought we raised you two better than this. Wolfster says, staring at me and Shadow with narrowed blue eyes. We're really sorry, Father, Shadowkit said, looking up at Wolfster with sad eyes. I just sighed and flicked my tail. As punishment, you two will help Leaf Paw clean up the medicine den for a month. And Nightkit, your apprenticeship will be held back until you are 7 moons old, Wolfster says, staring at me as he said the last part. I sighed softly, and after Wolfster listed off some more punishments, me and Shadowkit left the den. But we're not medicine cats, I silently retorted, once we had left Wolfster's den. Shadowkit sighed softly and nodded her head in agreement. No, we're not, but no thanks to you. We have to help clean the medicine den for a month, Shadowkit bitterly replied, as she glared at me. I just sighed and lowered my head, staring down at my paws. End. Story content. Voiceover off.